Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. I brought a message so we can find out what we're doing this week. And it says, "Hi friends, we will read Peter and the Wolf. We will count words in our message." So this week we have a new story and it's called Peter and the Wolf. But before we get to that, we're going to count some words in our message. So do you remember that words are made up of letters, right? So when I look at the very first word of our morning message, it has an H and an I, and that makes up one word. So I would circle it. And I know that that's the end of the word at the I because in between it, this and the next word is some space. So in between words, when we write them, we leave space to know when one word ends and one word begins. So here's our next word. I'm going to circle our next word. Right there. In between is some space between the next words. Right, there's our next word. Okay, and then I come all the way down to the next line. Right. There's space in between. Our next word. There's space, and this one says Peter. That's the name of the character from our new story. And we come down here. And then I stop because there was some space. Our next word. And I circled our punctuation and there was our period. Okay, and our next word, that's a very short word. Oh, can you see that? Next line. I circled that word and I stopped because there was space. Okay, some space right there. There's our word. Another small word at the bottom. Another word. And one last word, and I stop because there's space. There's actually nothing after it. That would be our last one. And then if we counted them, there's a lot of words on there. We'll start way at the top, and you help me count. We'll find out how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 words. Wow. So if we wanted to write that number, it would be a 1 and a 6, right? 16. That tells us how many words there are. Okay? And then in our message it said we had a story today. And our story is called Peter and the Wolf. So if we look at the cover of this, there's our title, Peter and the Wolf, just like it said in our message, right? And our title tells us that there's a boy named Peter and maybe a wolf in the story, right? The word wolf is in the story. What do we see on the cover page? And the pictures can also tell us what the story is about, right? Looks like he's opening some kind of door. He's going outside maybe. Going into a meadow. It looks like there's a little pond right there. Oh, there's a bird. I spy a bird. Some flowers. So we'll have to see what Peter's going to do today. Okay. I'm going to open it right to where our words begin. One morning, Peter opened the garden gate and entered the meadow. A little bird, who was his friend, told him all was quiet. There's Peter. He's opening the gate into the meadow. And there's his friend. It says, all's quiet, he says. Come on out. A duck waddled by. The bird and the duck argued. They noticed nothing else. So there's the duck and the bird. They're arguing with each other. Look at their eyebrows. Their eyes are kind of furrowed. Like they're arguing. They're yelling at each other. But a cat crept up. Look out, Peter shouted. The bird flew into a tree, and the cat decided not to chase it. So there's the cat, trying to pounce maybe on the bird. And Peter said, look out, because the bird's his friend, right? He's helping him. So there goes the birdie flying away. So they're in the meadow, he said. Look at the trees. There's the pond, grassy, hilly area. That's a meadow. I wonder what else might be in a meadow. Maybe some other animals. Peter's grandfather came, he scolded Peter for being in the meadow. What if a wolf should come, he said. Peter said he was not afraid, but the old man took him home. He was not happy that Peter was in the meadow. He scolded him, kind of means like he yelled at him. He had already told him he shouldn't be there, so he took him straight home. Even though Peter said he wasn't scared, his grandfather said you should not be there, right? It's probably safe. Not safe there for him to be there. Safer at home. Then a wolf did come out of the forest. The cat sprang into a tree, and the bird fussed. But there they are. See them in the tree? The bird and the cat are up high, and the wolf is down low. Oh, look what else is splashing in the pond. Do you see the duck? There he is. And the wolf's got his tongue out, hanging out. You think maybe he is hungry? Or maybe he's panting? Maybe he's out of breath from running? Good thing Peter wasn't there, right? I don't know if it would be safe to be around a wolf. The duck was very afraid. He tried to get away too, but the wolf swallowed him in one gulp. Oh boy, he was hungry. The wolf was still hungry. Peter had seen what had happened from behind the gate. He was not afraid. He got a rope and he climbed onto the garden wall and into a tree. Wow, he's brave. He had spied what happened from afar. He's deciding to help. So now he has a rope. Maybe he thought of a plan. There's the wolf down below, the cat, and the bird. I wonder what he will do with that rope. Peter told the bird to fly close to the wolf to get the wolf's attention. The wolf snapped at the brave bird, but he couldn't catch it. He tried. Meanwhile, Peter made a loop in his rope. He lowered the loop and he caught the wolf by the tail. The wolf could not get free. So there he is over here. And you see the rope around his tail? He made a loop. So he did make a plan. He had to have this friend, the bird, help him. Since the bird could fly, right? He said, get down low, go around and around the wolf. And that kind of distracted the wolf, and Peter could use the rope to catch him by the tail. So his plan worked. He was clever. We read 2 stories already this year about clever animals. You remember Tortuga, La Tortuga, and the turtle who was clever, who had to get away from the kids who tried to trap him. So he played his flute, right? And that helped him to get away. And then we just finished a story called The Tug of War, where the turtle tricked the elephant and the hippopotamus, right? So those were 2 clever turtles. And now we have Peter, who is very clever too. And very brave, I would say. 3 hunters appeared. They had been chasing the wolf. Peter told them that he had captured them. He led everyone in a triumphant parade to the zoo. So there he is, leading the parade. The duck was still alive, quacking inside the wolf. The wolf had swallowed it whole. The bird chirped. What a brave pair we are, Peter and I. And everyone was happy. So, see him leading? He's pretty happy. And they have the wolf that captured him. The bird was pretty pleased, too, that he had helped. Made a good pair with his friends. Right? His friend Peter. And then there's Grandpa at the back. Grandfather. He's holding the other end of the wolf so he doesn't get away. Alright, so let's think about that story. We learned that a meadow was that grassy area, maybe surrounded by woods, where animals could live, different kinds of animals, birds. We learned about the duck in the pond, the cat, and the big wolf, right? So there could be all kinds of animals in a meadow. A little bit different than the jungle that we just read about, right? So that's another different kind of area. And clever Peter, who had to think of a plan. He was also very, very brave, right? So when ordinarily we would read this story in school, it would go with musical instruments. So I'm going to share with your family an orchestra who plays this song in this story through a song. And the whole orchestra has different instruments in that, like clarinets and French horns, and each animal or each character has their own special tune and instrument that goes along with it. So I'm going to share that link with your families, and hopefully you can watch a little bit of it. And I hope you enjoy it. And then tomorrow we'll be back with maybe some letters that go with our story. Okay? R, S, and T were last week, so I wonder what might be this week. What comes after R, S, and T? There are 3 letters. I bet you can figure that out. All right, friends, see you tomorrow.